Hi there guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to have a little try at making what's called a pop-out book card. So I've made one to start with, so here it is. So this is what we're going to do. So I've made mine in the theme of black and white with a hint of silver, and it's a book theme as well, because I thought if it's a pop-out book, let's put books on it. So books on the front, and then when you open it up, the book inside pops out, and I've stamped inside, and I've also stamped a sentiment, and I've also got a pile of books there as well. So I'm going to show you how to do this. It's very easy. If I can do it, anybody can do it. And when it closes up flat like that. So it just closes up flat like that, and it can go into a 6x6 envelope because it's not bulky at all. Everything that's been stuck down inside has all been stuck down flat, because I felt that there was enough mechanism going on there without putting double-sided sticky pads and things like that inside, so that would maybe stop the closure. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get started. So first of all, you'll need a piece of black card, and I have scored and cut this into a 6x6 card. Okay, so that's my base card, the black one. And then next, what I've done is I've taken a white piece of card and I've just scored it down the middle as if I was making a 6x6, folded it in half, and what I did was I measured it on the inside of here, like so, to make sure that I have a little black line going all the way around. Okay, that's what I want it to have. So once it's stuck inside this card, you'll see a little black border all the way around. Okay, so for the actual card itself and how to do the folds, you'll need a ruler. So a ruler, I use inches, and you'll need a sharp pencil. Okay, so what you're going to do is, I've already marked this out on here as a guide, but we're going to do it step by step. So I'm taking my ruler and I'm going to work on one half first, and then I'm going to do the next half. So taking your ruler and offering up to the edge, you're going to mark at 1.5, 3.5, okay, and then at the bottom you're going to mark 1.5 and 3.5. Okay, then easiest thing for me to do was to turn it around and just do these same marks at 1.5 inches and 3.5 inches. Bring it down to the bottom, 1.5 inches and 3.5 inches. Okay, take it so it's a long ways up and down, and taking your ruler, you're going to pop it on the edge, and you're going to do 1 inch mark, and at the bottom you're going to do 1 inch mark, and the same at the other side, 1 inch mark. Okay, and a 1 inch mark. So that's your markings very nearly done. You've only got one other marking, which is this one here, but we need to find that 1.5 inch, and that's actually 1/2 inch in. So I think what we'll do now is do the scoring. Okay, so if we get our scoring board, whatever you like to use, I like this blue board. I've used it for years and I'm so used to it. So the 1 inch, I know that's line number 2 on this blue scoring board. So if I pop that in, I'm not going to go straight from the edge and down, because I don't want this panel here or this panel here to be scored. So I'm going to start in where I had my 1.5 inch mark. I'm going to start in there, and I'm going to score right across to the other side. Now if you feel that your embossing tool, stylus tool, is sticking on the card, what to do is take a little tumble dryer sheet, okay, and rub that over your card, and that'll stop your tool from dragging. Again, I'm finding the 1.5 inch mark in, and I'm going to score it right across to the other mark that I have up here, the 1.5 mark. Now when I turn it, when I put the 3.5 inch mark, this one here, all I'm going to do is line that top and bottom up with any of these lines, and I'm only going to score from the edge to that score line, so up to the score line. I'm going to do that on the other side as well, okay? So like so, right? So we've only got one more score line, well, 2 more score lines to put in, and that's this one here. So because I've marked it there, that's the 1.5 inch mark, and when we've put in the inch mark, I know I can come in here and go straight up. And what you're doing is you're marrying up the score lines. This area from here to here measures 1/2 inch. So pop that on there, so it's 1/2 inch, and I've marked it top and bottom again. So all I have to do is just marry it up with one of the blue lines and score it through. I'm going to do exactly the same on this other side here. Do my score lines like so, and then marry that one up, and you can feel it, you can feel the tool going into the groove, okay? So that's all the score lines I need to do. So if I turn it over the other side, you can see all the score lines without the marks. So all I do is just push them together like so, and take my scissors, and starting from the folded edge, I'm going to cut along that score line to the last score line, okay? I'm just cutting it along. You can do this on your trimmer if you want to as well, and then you open it up. So now you've got the middle, okay? So all you have to do now is fold that back, fold that forward. So fold all your score lines, okay, and like so. Get them used to being folded, because they're going to be folded. And then this one here, just push that back and then push that one forward, okay? Like so. So just make sure that you folded all your lines back, all your score lines like so, okay? That one will go down the middle. So what you can do now is that should then just go in there like that, and that should go like so. Oops, the other way. There we go, like so, and then that will fold over, right? So what you're going to do now is just take your tool and just do a little bit of burnishing, okay? So that's just flattened down like so, and then open it up this way. Got a wee bit there that I think is catching. So this is why it's probably better if you use your trimmer rather than use your scissors. You'll get a far better, neater finish, okay? So I'm going to decorate my piece that's inside, but you might want to use some fancy paper. That's fine, okay? So I've got my little books here already on my block, and I'm just using the black stays on because that's all I've got at hand at the moment, and I'm just doing random stamping of the books. Now I've kept these just plain, but they would really look nice if you were to colour them in, colour in the book covers. You could do them in different colours and that would be really nice. So all I'm doing is I'm just randomly stamping these books, okay? So I want them off the page, but I don't want them to touch the books in the middle. I just want it to go around the outside edge, okay? Like so. So I'm just working my way around the outside edge, trying not to. Probably would have been better if I'd put some post-it notes across where I didn't want the books to be stamped, but however, we're doing a video here, so it can't be too precise, okay? So then once you've done that, what you're going to do next is you're going to draw in your pages. So just a ruler and a pencil, and what you're going to do there is you're just going to go down in little fine lines and working your way across that 1/2 inch till you get to the actual book bit. Okay, like so. So I'm not going to bore you by watching me drawing pencil lines, like so. Okay, so I've got one here that I've completed with the score, the little pencil lines at each side, and it looks like pages. Okay, I've just got to fold this one, that's the only thing. Just got to fold it up again, get it into situ. That'll just take a minute. Okay. Out you come, out you come, that's it. And then I'll just give this a little burnish with the bone folder. Okay, so there you go. So that's the inside done. So I'm now going to bring back my base card here and open it up. So that should just fit in there like so, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to close it up and put it into situ at the moment. So right now, what we're going to do next is we're going to put glue from here all the way along and all the way down and round. Don't put anything anywhere else, okay? So I've got my little glue pot here, and I'm just putting the glue on here like that. Okay. And this is quite sticky glue, so shouldn't have any problems with this. No issues at all. So I'm just doing it up to that line, that first line, okay? Then what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to fold it over flat, like so. I'm going to marry that up with where it's going to go inside the card, okay? So up to the fold line. This is the easiest way I find to do it. And then from there, I'm just going to close this card, okay? Give it a wee bit of a welly down like so, a wee bit of a burnish, right? And then I'm going to flip it over to the other side, and I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to put glue on right up to that first line, leaving all the rest, okay? So you're only gluing the ends and the edge, okay? And then again, I'm going to just close that like so and give that a wee bit of a burnish, okay? So now when you open it up, this bit here comes forward like so. So the wee tops come forward, and then this bit here you just put into situ like so, okay? And then what you can do now is close it and give it another good little burnish over, okay? And then open it up, and then there you've got the start of your pop-out book, okay? So I've got things to decorate the front, the insides. So I have die cut 2 little matting and layering. So I've done one in black and one in white. I have a nice happy birthday sentiment, but you can make whatever you like. And again, I'm just going to use the stays on because I've got it here. And I always turn it this way rather than trying to do your stamping like that. If you turn it this way, and then you can go right down flat and it's less awkward, okay? You always keep a hand on the block and just gently move your fingers around, giving slight pressure to make sure that the rubber stamp is actually stuck to the piece that you want to stamp. So that's that done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this to the black now. So just again using the glue, because I want everything flat in here. I don't want anything to be double-sided sticky pads, because I think that would create an issue when you were trying to close this card. So now this is going to go into here, but I'm just going to use my tape for this to pop that in. So onto the back here, and just taking some double-sided tape like so. Just going to put 3 pieces, one at each side, one in the middle. And then what I do is I always just go over with my bone folder, and I find that that's better for the tape to actually stick to release the backings a lot easier. So just make sure that you've got your card on the right way up, and then pop that down on one side. For the next one, I've done one for the other side, and again, just got to put a wee bit of wet glue on this here, like so, on there, like that. Just got to cover this stays on ink in case it goes all over the place, because I'm really good at doing things like that, sticking my hand in it. So what I've done is I've got book die, right? So I've cut the book die out twice, and I've went and paper pieced. Now, it was a bit big for going in, so I cut off the last book at the bottom. So for paper piecing, what I would do is I would look and see exactly what I want to paper piece. So for me, it was the white pages. So I just cut away the bits that I needed, and that was I cut this whole bottom book away altogether because I just didn't need it. It was too big. And then from there, I cut this piece here, like so, and round, and that wee piece of a book. Okay, so I cut that out. Looks a bit odd at the moment, but when I paper piece it in, it'll just fall into place, okay? So again, I'm just using glue for this. This is the best thing to use. And then I'm just going to place, I'm just going to place that on there like so. Yeah. Like that. Okay, and this is the book that I should have cut away on the black. Okay, cut it away on the white, but here you are cutting it away on the black, right? Because I just want to have the 4 books, okay? And then the next piece I would cut is the next book up. And this die is really good because it's actually wants you to do that. It lets you do that because it's just got little notches in it, which is great, makes it easy. And just put your glue where you want that to go, and pop that down on there. And then the last piece, which is the book at the top, I'm just going to cut a little edge off all the way around so that you're going to see a black book lying with the white pages. Okay, so just these bits here, I'm going to put the glue onto. So the glue's going to go on there, and that's going to sit on there. Now you can see that that's actually brought that alive, because now you can see it's black books, but it's actually got white pages. Okay, so I'm going to use this one because it's dry, right? So onto here, just going to use wet glue, like so. Like that. And pop that in there like so. And then again, I'm just going to use the double-sided tape to put that on the book with. So a wee bit of stamping today, a bit of measuring, and a bit die cutting and paper piecing, which is quite a lot of little techniques and top tips in there to do. So I hope you'll all have a wee try at using some of your dies and stamps and things to do backgrounds, paper piecing. That would be nice. And you can pick any theme that you want to pick. So popping this in here like so. Right, so now I'm going to close this up like so, and I've got another mat for going on the front here, which I'm just going to use tape for that. Double-sided tape. It does a good job. There we go, for quickness. And just give that a burnish. A lot of people ask me that they can never get the tape off, and I think it's because it's put on too lightly. And I think if you give it a rub over, it just makes it so much easier to take the backing off. Right, so that's going to go in the middle of there, centralised. Now I have got a die cut for this. So I've cut it out in black, here we go, and I've put double-sided tape on the back of all the little bits that have popped out, because I've actually cut it out in silver, right? So all these wee bits that have popped out, I'm going to pop them back in, and I'm using double-sided tape to anchor it down. So I'm just what we call is paper piecing that back in there. Like so. It just takes a few minutes, but it's really quite effective. I'm doing a black and white theme, but I would have loved to have done all these books in different colours and things and different textures. It would have looked really, really nice. But if you've got these dies, you can maybe do that. That would be nice to see. So just putting these in. They're a wee bit fiddly, but I always find that the fiddlier things are, I think the nicer they are. The nicer they turn out anyway, I think. So just using my little trusty pokey tool here, which is great for doing little things like this and straightening it up. Where are you? There we go. In there. Because you've got the double-sided tape in there, it's the little bits are actually just sliding in quite easily and sticking, which is grand. I've just got this last book at the end here to do, and this is the silver wee bits here. Just a nice wee pattern on there. So there we go. Okay, in there like so. Now I liked the silver fancy bottoms because I thought it looked a wee bit like metal. So I'm actually going to cut the books away from this because it looks like a metal filigree shelf, and once that goes on there you'll see what I mean. It sort of makes it pop a wee bit. So back to the glue, and just got to put the glue all over here. Again, using this glue with a little fine nib, it certainly makes the job a lot easier than trying to do it with a big piece of glue. Now I've just got a couple of wee things that I need to pop out here because I can just see that they're still there and there. That's it. So putting the glue where you can, and even if it's just a little dot, that would help to adhere this to here. So marrying that up and lining it up where it goes. Again, I do use my pokey tool sometimes for just lining stuff up, and then when I'm happy with that, that's fine. Yep, good. So as I said, I'm just going to leave it flat. As I say, I've got some double-sided tape on the back here already, so I'm just going to use this for sticking onto the front of the card as well, save me putting any other things on it. And I'm just going to back it up with some of the glue in the bottle. Okay, so the bits that don't have the double-sided tape, I'm just going to, there's another bit that I've missed, my goodness me, don't know what I was thinking of the day. Right, that's it. Okay, so all poked out. So just a wee bit glue on the bits that haven't got any glue on them or sticky, and just going back round with that. There we go. I'm happy with that. So the positioning, just make sure you've got the right way up, and I'm going to run that across there. Okay, so just run it across about there, it's fine. Okay, and I cut out a fancy little sentiment which says "with love." Now, just wanted to leave it in there to let you see that what I've done is I've actually put double-sided sticky on the back of a piece of black card. Okay, so that goes on the back, and then what happens is you put your die on the front and you die cut it. So once you die cut it, you get this. All you have to do is then just peel it away and then peel the backing off. Okay, so now that's all sticky, and I'm just going to pop this out off the die. The only thing is, 9 times out of 10, the little bits will stay in, but if you just poke them through with your pokey tool, they come out very easy. Okay, right, like so. Sometimes they even stick to your fingers, but you don't even have to poke them out, it's just stick to your fingers and they come out. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this round to face me, and I'm going to have it just going straight across, and it looks like handwriting. Right, there we are. So we've got "with love" on the front, and then we've got a happy birthday message on the inside. So that's the finished card. I hope you'll give it a wee bash. It's quite easy. If I can do it, anybody can do it, and I think it's a lot of fun to make. I enjoyed making it. So bye bye just now, and look out for my next video, and subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up if you please. Thank you. Bye bye.